So in our previous class, we discussed text 21 and 22. Please sing with me. Arjuna uvacha सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थाप्य मे उच्यत यावदेता निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामान् अवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे. Oh, yes. So, quiz. Yay! Quiz for you. So now I will know through these quizzes whether you are really reading it again or not. Okay. Why did Arjuna ask Lord Krishna to place his chariot between the two armies?
He wanted to be able to see everybody
Hmm.
who wants to fight and who
And
he has to fight.
oh, good. Yes. Why is Lord Krishna addressed as Achyuta by Arjuna in these verses?
That means, oh, infallible one.
Hmm. And why did he addressed him with this name?
Well, Arjuna wanted to express that even though he took the position as charioteer, he understands that he's still God.
Okay. Basically, Krishna never falls from his position and faithfully fulfills these desires of his devotees. So that's why Arjuna was addressing Krishna with this name. That, oh, Achyuta, please take my chariot over there. Means you have accepted this designation. So now I hope you will fulfill my desire to take this chariot there. So that's why he was calling him Achyuta. That he always fulfills the desires of his devotees and he never falls from his position. Means although he has taken the such designation, which is externally inferior, but then also there is no basically he's still God. He will not be called inferior even after accepting such position. Now let's understand this with an example. I wanted to discuss this in our previous class also. Suppose you shared your photos few days ago in the group where you were in the temple and you were wearing a sari. So it was very nice. You were looking very pretty. But now same thing. Suppose if you wore a sari, you were putting Vaishnava tilak, you are wearing kanthi, but in this dress as a devotee you are uh, basically in this dress you are showing yourself as a Krishna devotee, right? You are a spiritual person. So now in this dress, in such attire, you cannot go to a cinema to watch a movie, isn't it? It would be very shameful that, because devotees, they are so much specific about these things, even if they want to gratify their senses, so they will do it in a way that no one knows that they are devotees. Once what happened, there was a person. So he was also an ISKCON devotee. So once he went to a restaurant to eat some food, and there he was also watching TV. Now devotees, they usually don't go to any restaurants or watch TV. They don't do such things. So even the owner of that restaurant, he he was surprised, and in fact he said this to that devotee. Oh, You being a devotee, you're watching a TV. So even outsiders don't expect from devotees to behave in such way. Even outsiders, although they are not devotees, but even they do not accept devotees to behave in such ways.
Mhm.
So it's very important. Devotees live a very pure life, and they don't involve in such, they do not get involved in such activities. So yes, I was trying to explain that for us it would be very shameful that we, after wearing a devotee dress, we go for a movie or in the club. No, we can never do that. But here you see, even Krishna, he was he accepted this position of a charioteer, but then also there was no harm. There was a word. What was that? Yes. Then also his supreme position is never challenged. He is still a supreme personality, even if he is becoming, if even he is accepting the position of a charioteer. Okay,
Mm.
good. Eunice Mataji, you are on the time. We were doing our quiz. Next quiz goes for you. Okay. According to Srila Prabhupada, what does Krishna's acceptance of the role of Arjuna's chariot driver demonstrate?
He's a Parasarthi as the charioteer of Arjuna, and um, like you were telling us that he wants to serve his devotees too. Um, he takes that position, like he does have different roles. That's my understanding.
Yes, so you're right. It basically demonstrates Lord's causeless mercy and affection for his devotees. Although he's supreme personality of Godhead, but he willingly accepted a subordinate position to serve his devotee Arjuna. Okay. Next question. According to the commentary we saw of Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, what was Arjuna's purpose in observing the opposing army before the battle began? Why he wanted to, see, why he wanted to go between parties and see the opposing army? Any one of you who wish to say, they can. Maybe Christine Mataji, you can try.
This sounds really similar to one of the other questions you asked. So I'm trying to distinguish it from the other question.
Let me repeat the
That
question. What was Arjuna's purpose in observing the opposing army before the battle began?
he wanted to see who he was going to fight.
Hmm. Yes. So, yes, again, he wanted to examine the warriors gathered there and understand with whom he would have to fight in the upcoming battle. So, okay, good. You are passed. You both are passed. That means I'm teaching nicely. No, no, you're very nice. Devotees, you understand nicely. Okay, let's continue. So today we will discuss verse 23. So please repeat after me. It's very short verse. Please repeat after me. So it will start from here. This. Yotsamanan Yotsamanan Aviksheham. Christine Mataji, yes.
Yo-
Yotsamanan Aviksheham.
Yoksyamanaviksheham.
Yaet Ya etetra samagataha
Yeyatetra samagata
dhartarashtrasya durbuddher
Tartarashtra Durbante
durbuddher
Durbude
yuddhe priya chikirsava.
Yude Priya Chakir Shava.
Yes, Punis Mataji, your turn. Yotsemananaveksheham
Yotsyamana
ya etetra samagataha
Ya etetra samagataha
dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe
Dhartarashtrasya durbudhar
yuddhe priya chikirshavah.
Yudhe priya chikirsavaha.
Nice. Okay. So, translation. Translation is from here. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. So, Durbuddhir means evil-minded. And Durbuddhir means, this word, Durbuddhir means one who is less intelligent. Yes, evil-minded or one who is less intelligent. So definitely sons of Dhritarashtra were less intelligent. That's why you will see Pandavas, they were ready to compromise. They only asked for the 5 villages from the from the Kauravas. But then also they were very less intelligent that they didn't agree. They said, no. Duryodhana said that I will not even give a pin to the Pandavas, what to say of 5 villages. But this was his foolishness, basically his false ego. And this false ego will lead to his own death. He will die. He will have to die. Because we also saw in our previous commentary that Arjuna's victory was for sure because Krishna was there in his party. So let's see what we discussed. Yes, from here. So in previous commentary, Krishna asked Arjuna that, are you a spectator? Will you do any commentary? Why you want to go between between those two parties? And I mean, why you want to go there? Do you want to do any commentary or commentatory means you might have seen in cricket that there is one person who always speak about something, whatever happening in cricket. Basically, he do the justice. He basically decide that what is right or what is wrong, who is playing nicely or not. So same way Krishna was asking to Arjuna that, but you are a fighter, not a spectator. What will be accomplished by viewing this? So we discussed this part. Now next part is, are you going there to make any peace? So on this Arjuna is saying no, there will be no conciliation between the two sides. I believe that they are intent on fighting. So, see, Arjuna was not going there for making any kind of peace, but still he's saying this. So it shows even now, if Kauravas were ready to give them 5 villages, so they were ready to make peace. But because, Arjuna was aware that these people will not, they will not they will not agree, they don't want any peace, they only want to fight. So definitely there will be no conciliation between the two parties, because I believe they are intent on fighting. They have decided that they will fight for sure. So that's why there is no scope of any peace or conciliation. They are intent on fighting, desiring to please the son of Dhritarashtra, who is unintelligent. So Durbuddhe means who is unintelligent, who is less intelligent. So now, Arjuna is saying this to other people who are there in the party of Duryodhana. Definitely, he's saying unintelligent to Duryodhana and not the other people. Like you will see his grandfather was there, Bhishma, his master was there. Do you remember the name of his master?
Was that one Dronacharya?
Yes, Dronacharya. Good. So, yes. So, he was wondering. Now, again, to feel the emotions of Arjuna, let's try to put ourselves in his shoe. Suppose if you become Arjuna for some time, Christine Mataji and Eunice Mataji, you become Arjuna for some time, okay? And suppose your own grandfather is standing in front of you, and he is the one, you know, Pandavas from the very beginning, Duryodhana has tried to kill them. He made many attempts. He tried to poison Bhima. He fed Bhima the poisonous food because Bhima loves food. So Duryodhana invited him on a feast, and he fed him poisonous food. But later, he was saved by some mercy. But yes, he tried to kill him by feeding him some poisonous food. Later, they gifted them a house, but that house was made of lark. Now, what does that mean? A house made of lark means that house was made of some material. And do you understand ghee? Ghee, right? So, smell of ghee was coming in that house, and it was so delicate that even little fire can burn that complete house. So they gifted Pandavas such house that, oh, you are my brothers. And his father, that blind king, Dhritarashtra, was also in this plan. He also wanted to burn those 5 brothers with their mother at that time. So Draupadi was not there that time because Pandavas, Arjuna didn't get married that time. They were young. So yes, see, but definitely because his father was not there, so they were helpless. That's why, these people, they were tricking every time to kill them. So yes, they made many attempts to kill Pandavas and their mother. And his grandfather every time tried to save them. So yes, again, you are Arjuna. And now just suppose that very grandfather who loves you so much, who has always saved you from all the dangers from your very birth. And now you have to leave a weapon on him to kill him. How difficult it would be for you, isn't it? Arjuna's grandfather, or like he was grandfather of everyone. So he used to go to him and he used to offer him obeisances every single day because they were very cultured, and definitely they used to respect his grandfather. But now his very grandfather was standing in opposing party, opposing army, and now he has to fight him with him to kill him. How difficult it would be for him. So he was just wondering on all these things. His master, Dronacharya, who was very affectionate, especially towards Arjuna. Dronacharya blessed Arjuna that you will become the very nice warrior of this world, especially in archery. You will become a very nice archist. Archist is the right word? So
Archer?
yes, okay, archer. So yes, he blessed him. And definitely Arjuna was the best archer of the world. So now those loving ones, his loving master, his loving grandfather, and we also saw Shalya. Do you remember Shalya? Shalya was the uncle of the Pandavas. But once Duryodhana, he arranged a feast, and when Shalya was also invited there. So when he ate the feast, so he was very happy, and he assumed that definitely Yudhishthira might have arranged this beautiful program, this beautiful feast. So he made this promise that I will fight uh, from your party. Whoever has arranged this program, I will fight uh, from his party. From his party means he will be in that party. I hope you're getting. So later Duryodhana came and he said, "Oh wow, thank you so much. We really wanted you." So he cheated Shalya like that. So now Arjuna was, looking at his uncle as well, that my uncle is also standing in front of me. He will also fight with me. So his heart was filled with so much of uh, kindness, that these people are my loved ones and I have to fight with them. And these people, they are intent on fighting, desire to please the son of Dhritarashtra, who is unintelligent, this foolish boy. To please this foolish boy, my loved ones are intent on fighting with me. So he was wondering on all these things, ignorant of the means for his own survival, ignorant that he is going to die. So why Duryodhana is uh, you know in this verse he is addressed as unintelligent. Why? Because he's ignorant of the means for his own survival, ignorant that he's going to die for sure. So at the end what will happen? See, this battle fight uh, was there only for 18 days. That's it. But we will take maybe more than 18 months to complete Bhagavad Gita because it's very deep. But yes, it took only 18 days for Mahabharat, or for this battle fight. Only 18 days. So, at the end, Duryodhana, he will die. Basically, Bhima will kill him. His thighs will be cut off and he will lay on the ground, and he will be very thirsty at that time. So this would be the condition of Duryodhana at the time of his death. So yes, he was ignorant that he's going to die for sure because he is following the path of adharma. Even in the face of this war, which does not sober his intelligence. So let's discuss more points on this. Very interesting. Once, I want to share how this Duryodhana was unintelligent. So once he called Krishna on feast. Again, he was assuming that Krishna is a foodie, he loves good food. So I will invite him on a feast and I will again, I will take him in my party. It's very easy, Krishna is uh, it's very easy to please Krishna. But it's very important to know when Krishna is saying, you offer me patram pushpam phalam toyam. Leaf, patram, pushpam is flower, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam is fruit and water. You just offer me these four things, and whoever offer me these four things with love and devotion, this is very important. Then he buys Krishna. Krishna is ready to uh, sell himself for that devotee. That if you see my price is, if you want to purchase me, just offer me these four things with love. Krishna is saying this in Bhagavad Gita. If you want to purchase me, I easily get purchased with these four things, but it should be with love and devotion. And only devotees can do that. Devotees only love Krishna. They only have devotion in their heart for Krishna. But Duryodhana, he had some other intentions, we all know. And Krishna is God, he already know everything. So when he went there, so Krishna said two things to him. See, any person eats food when, first reason is when he's hungry. Second reason is when the one who is feeding him has love for him. So, see, I am not hungry right now, and you don't have love for me in your heart. So, that's why I cannot accept your offering. So, later, Duryodhana was furious after hearing this. And you know what he did? He tried to tie Krishna. He tried to tie Krishna, he tried to bind Krishna with something, basically, tried to bind him to put him in jail. And that time, Krishna also showed him his real position, which is called Virat Roop. Krishna will show this Virat Roop to Arjuna also, and then Arjuna will be fearful at that time. We will understand it why later in upcoming chapters. But yes, here Krishna showed him some part of his Virat Roop, basically his uh, supreme potency, let's say. And Duryodhana was completely bewildered. He was completely confused that from where to bind Krishna or how to tie Krishna. He was completely confused. He was not able to understand because Krishna is unlimited. He is infinite God. And he showed some part of his infinite potency to Duryodhana, and he was completely bewildered at that time. If you have heard Damodar Leela, have you heard it, Eunice Mataji? So,
The
here,
word.
Mother Yashoda, she was also trying to tie Krishna with the rope on his waist, and he was unable to do that. But later, Krishna, out of, love for her mother, because she is a devotee of Krishna, so he accepted to be binded by her. So, yes, Krishna is very amazing. Every time Mother Yashoda, she was getting rope, big rope, and it was every time becoming less. She was not able to bind Krishna. So, Krishna is amazing. So, that way, Duryodhana again, he was bewildered. Then, at that time also, he didn't understand that Krishna is not an ordinary person because he was not able to bind him, he was not able to catch him. This shows his unintelligence. Another time, when, once Duryodhana, he was again agitated, and he went to Bhishma, his grandfather, and he was, shouting on Bhishma that you out of affection, you are not fighting nicely. You are not fighting nicely, definitely because of your this grandfatherly affection. I will definitely lose this war. But in actuality, Bhishma was killing 10,000 people every day. But then also, this Duryodhana was always doubtful. So he went to Bhishma to agitate him. And Bhishma was agitated now. And he said, okay, you get 5 bows, and I will kill those 5 Pandavas tomorrow. For sure. Definitely they will die. I will kill those 5 Pandavas. You just go and get 5 bows. And that time Duryodhana, he just went and he get those 5 bows, 5 arrows. But then also he didn't give those arrows to Bhishma, because again he was doubtful that maybe, in some way, it may happen. Bhishma may take his words back. So I will keep these arrows with me, and I will give him tomorrow only. And now here, Krishna was little concerned. Krishna knows everything. So now he was little concerned that, oh, now Bhishma has said that he will definitely kill the Pandavas. So definitely he'll do it. So now he asked Arjuna, once what happened? Arjuna, he saved the life of Duryodhana by Gandharvas. So Gandharvas are the people who sing very nicely. In like upper planets, Gandharvas are the people who sing very beautifully. So, Duryodhana again, he do something opposite things, always something troublesome. So, Gandharvas was about to kill Duryodhana. But again, Arjuna, because he was assuming him as his elder brother, so he saved his life by fighting with the Gandharvas, and Gandharva lost the fight. So that way, that time Duryodhana said that, you please, I am pleased from you. You ask for any benediction from me, I will give you that. So Arjuna said, okay, I will ask for it when the right time will come. So for now, I don't want anything, but I'll ask for it when right time will come. Now Krishna knew it, because Krishna knows everything. So now he asked Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, you just go to Duryodhana, and now is the time for you to ask for that benediction from him. Just go to him and ask from him those 5 arrows. So now this way, Krishna saved their life. So now Arjuna, when he went to Duryodhana, so he asked, oh brother, now I have came here to ask for that benediction which you were about to give me that day. So Duryodhana said, oh, okay, yes, you want kingdom? I will give you kingdom, take it. So Arjuna said, no, now kingdom I will take by after I will win the war. I will not take the kingdom in charity now. I will take it after I'll win the war. But right now, I want those 5 arrows from you. And Duryodhana was like, oh, he was, his teeth, he was, what to say? Can you say? Out of anger, when we shift our teeth in some way. So he was
Oh,
very
like
angry.
snarl, like.
Yes, okay, yes, snarled. So he was snarling. Oh, what is this? Because he was very happy that Pandavas will die tomorrow. But before that, Arjuna came to ask from him those 5 arrows, and Duryodhana could not refuse it, because he promised him he will give the benediction. So that way. So now that time also he wondered that about this thing. That Bhishma will kill those Pandavas with those 5 arrows. Only Bhishma and I knew about this planning. But how this Arjuna came to know about this? He was wondering on this. Then later he realized that definitely Krishna might be there behind this. But you see, even after knowing that Krishna is understanding everything, then also he was not able to understand the position of Krishna. That's why unintelligent. So these are some incidents which happened, which shows that he was definitely an unintelligent person. So I hope you enjoyed the stories. I really like these stories. Okay.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
yes. So that's why he was ignorant that he's going to die. He was not good enough to take right decisions. So he was unintelligent for sure. Even in the face of this war, which does not sober his intelligence. Therefore, yes, which does not sober his intelligence. Even in the face of this war, which does not sober his intelligence. What does that mean? That when Pandavas asked from him for 5 villages, if he was intelligent enough, then he would have given those 5 villages to to the Pandavas. But because he was foolish, he was unintelligent. That's why now this war was happening. Therefore, my viewing the rival party in war is justified. So let's see. We read this purport. Today we will read the purport of verse 23. Yes, there is a small purport on verse 23. So let's see. Just like this photo where Krishna, although he's supreme personality, but then also to please his devotees, his father instructed him that, oh Krishna, go and take my footwear. And Krishna, what he did? He was pretending like it was very hard for him to pick that footwear. Oh, it's very heavy. He was doing some drama. And then later he put that footwear on his head and came to his father. And his father was affectionately seeing him. Just see how cute he's looking. Now, who can imagine God is someone who behaves like this? It's very confusing for people to understand that Krishna is Supreme Lord because he performs such pastimes with his devotees. And to be very honest, God should be like this only. God should not be someone who is always after, giving instructions or orders. God should always be loving. He should always reciprocate with his devotees, just like Krishna is doing. So our God is very amazing. Our means Krishna is everyone's God. He's Supreme Personality. Okay. Also, one more request I would like to do with you when you chant. So while chanting, you can always chant in front of such photos of different pastimes of Krishna, because Prabhupada has also mentioned that when we chant, so while chanting, we should also remember the pastimes of Krishna. Because whatever we do related to Krishna, it's not different from him. His name, his pastimes, his glorification, it's Krishna only. So our situation should be like this when we are saying Krishna. So at that moment, we should remember Krishna, his pastimes. Definitely that will happen gradually by time. But sometimes we should practice this, that when we are chanting, definitely we should also know the pastimes. Then only we will be able to remember those. And for that, please read Krishna book. So yes, you should do this when you're chanting. You chant in front of such photos, and when you're remembering those pastimes while chanting, your chanting becomes very tasteful because Krishna is very
Mataji, yes, what you're saying is, I, I think Srila Prabhupada has said, the images are like portals and to the spiritual world, and I really cherish them. And like this image you shared of baby Krishna is just so sweet. But I was wondering, so is parampara image also good? Like if because we say, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So to have the parampara?
That is not parampara, that is Panch Tattva. So yes, definitely, Prabhupada
Panch.
also, yes,
Mhm.
Prabhupada also tells that when we chant in front of Panch Tattva, that is Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, and Srivas Pandit. So when we chant in front of these personalities, then the benefit of our chanting intensifies. We should always chant in front of God, in front of the pictures of Krishna, Panch Tattva. Prabhupada says that when we chant in front of Panch Tattva, then we got all the siddhis. Siddhis means we get all the qualities in a quicker way, which is enough to get love of Godhead. So definitely we should chant in front of Panch Tattvas or these photos. Okay, now let's see the purport. I hope this is the purport. Okay. No. It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of the Pandavas by evil plans. Open secret means everyone knew it. Definitely, Pandavas also knew it. Arjuna also knew it. Everyone knew it. That he wanted to usurp the kingdom of the Pandavas by evil plans in collaboration with his father, Dhritarashtra. So, definitely, Dhritarashtra's hand was also there. That's why, if he was a real father, then he would have instruct his son that you should not do such things. You should move on the path of righteousness, on the path of dharma. But no, he was himself blind. We discussed in previous verse where Prabhupada mentioned that Dhritarashtra, he was not only blind with his eyes, but his spiritual vision was also lost. Right? We discussed that real education is to teach kids or to teach someone that how we can get out of this cycle of birth and death. This is the real education. Therefore, all persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. So, yes, definitely, because Duryodhana he had such evil plans. So, persons who have joined him, they must have been birds of the same feather. Now, see, this is very practical that if there is a person who is very bad in his behavior, in his habits, and if he has some friends, so definitely his friends would also be of same interest, right? That's why they are friends. This happens especially in school time. You will see classroom is filled with so many students, but in that classroom students have different groups. Lazy students will be in one group, intelligent students will be in one group, latecomers will be in one group, and average students will be in one group, so like that. So because their interests match, That's why they are in one group. So now definitely we cannot say that Bhishma or his master or other who were well-wishers of Arjuna, they had an intention to kill them. But Bhishma mentioned this because he ate the salt of Duryodhana. That's why his consciousness was contaminated and he was not able to walk on the path of dharma. Even he knew what is dharma, what is adharma, but because he ate the salt of Duryodhana, means basically he was, uh, yeah, you might be understanding. So that's why to repay the, what we'll say, repay, suppose if any person has did some, I'm not getting the words,
So when you're saying the salt, you mean the for food?
So eating salt means, yes, definitely food. He ate food
His
prepared in his
remnants?
kingdom. So because see, this happens, you might have heard this, that consciousness enters in the food we eat. So it's very much important that with what consciousness a person is cooking. Now just imagine a devotee who has chanted his rounds, and when he is cooking the food with the consciousness that, oh, my Lord will eat it, I will offer this to my Lord, then I will uh, consume his remnants. So that consciousness is very pure, and that's why prasadam that we eat, it has different taste. You were mentioning that you eat like you were free from a prison. You mentioned something
Yes.
like that. So yes, see, you will see. You may eat very expensive food in an expensive restaurant, but you cannot compare the taste of prasadam, a normal prasadam in the temple, with that expensive food, because consciousness plays a very important role. So yes, Bhishma, he mentioned it because he ate the food, his food. Basically, he was dependent on Duryodhana or the king. He was taking care of his kingdom. So that's why his consciousness was also contaminated, and that's why he was not able to justice that what is dharma or what is adharma. In fact, Duryodhana said this, that I know what is dharma, but I am helpless to move on dharma. Means I'm helpless that I cannot follow dharma because I'm not inclined towards following dharma. And I also know what is adharma, but I cannot refuse to follow adharma. So please try to understand these modes of material nature influences people to behave or act in certain way. Just like, have you heard the story of Mrigari? Yes, no. So Mrigari was a person. He was basically, what to call that? I have to Google the words now to search the exact meaning. Hunter, yes. So he was a hunter, Mrigari, and he used to cut animals, and he used to not kill the animals, but he used to cut animals, and he used to leave them half alive. Now can you imagine, if any person, if any animal is half alive, then how miserable it is for that living being, right? He will suffer very much that pain. But Mrigari was a kind of hunter who used to not kill the animals completely, but he used to cut them half and leave them half alive. And you know what was his consciousness? When he used to see those animals in that condition, then he used to become happy. So this was his consciousness. So, Narad Muni came. You might know who is Narad Muni, great devotee of Krishna. And in Panch Tattva, Shrivas is an incarnation of Narad Muni. So Narad Muni, he is very amazing. He is very amazing preacher. His occupation is that he roams here and there and he preach to different people so that they may become devotee of Krishna. So he was passing there and he saw Mrigari. He was doing such things. So then Narad Muni said that what are you doing this? Why are you leaving these animals half alive? If you want to, if you're a hunter, so just kill them completely. Now again, it's not like he was giving any instruction for violence, but because his consciousness was such, so he could not give him any uh, such instruction which he may not follow. He was trying to preach him. So later he said that no, I become very happy when I see animals in this condition. So Narad Muni said that if you are doing this, you will suffer very much. You will go to hellish planets. So then he said, oh, then what should I do? So he said, first of all, you just destroy your weapons, like whatever things you use to kill these animals. So he said, huh, then how will I survive? This is my business. I mean, this way I earn for my livelihood. So how will I survive? So then Narad Muni said that you don't worry, I will deliver you the necessity, whatever you require for your survival, but you serve Krishna. So by his mystic potency, Narad Muni, he again give life to those animals. So now they were healthy, they were moving. And by seeing this, Mrigari was like, wow, this master is very nice. He's so magical. So in that way, he accepted what Narad Muni instructed him. He left his occupation of hunting and then he started serving Krishna. And you won't believe, later he was not doing any job. Uh, he was not doing any job, but because he was serving Krishna, he became a devotee. So all the villagers were supplying him with whatever he needed. So please try to understand this. This happens even now when we serve Krishna, and if we only want to serve Krishna and we don't want to do any other materialistic thing, then Krishna makes other people favorable. He influences other people, and people start helping devotees. Especially, they have people have respect for devotees, even though they might not be devotees, but people have respect for devotees. Anyways, my intention to share this story was to share about different consciousness, that people, according to their consciousness, according to the different modes of material nature, to whatsoever they are influenced with, they behave in that way. So again, Duryodhana, he was following adharma because he was ignorant, tamasic. Arjuna wanted to see them on the battlefield before the fight was begun, just to learn who they were. But he had no intention of proposing peace negotiations with them. It was also a fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face, although he was quite confident of victory because Krishna was sitting by his side. So Bhagavad Gita is very deep. I can speak whole day with you. I thought today we have only one verse. We will over class in just half an hour, but 1 hour already passed. So Bhagavad Gita is very deep. We can say many things. Okay. Anyways, our finally discussion is complete here. If you want to say something, please go ahead.
Mataji, I just want to say something on that point of Bhagavad Gita is very deep, and also all of our discussions and what you teach us is very deep. I re-listened to all of our meetings, and even when I re-listened to one of the last ones, and you were saying how if somebody steals one time, they are a thief. And that likewise, if somebody does one act of devotional service for Krishna, they are a devotee. And when I re-listened to it, it hit me with the significance that didn't register for me in the moment. And I've still been contemplating that, and I think it's just such a beautiful thing to think about.
True. Just know when any person becomes devoted to Krishna, like he will gain all the auspiciousness in his life. Everything, whatever you aspire for, Krishna will give you. You know, these material things are nothing for him. He's ready to give himself to the devotees. You know, he's ready to be purchased. We will, see this verse also, very beautiful verse where Krishna says this. You just give me these four things and I'm ready to sell myself. He's very amazing. So, yes. That's why,
And
and also, yesterday I heard that out of millions and billions of people, only few are there who are devoted to Krishna. And Krishna will say this also in Bhagavad Gita, that how out of so many people, only rare are those who understand this process of Krishna consciousness and devote their life to Krishna. It's not easy. Yes, Mataji, you
Mm.
wanted to say? You were-
yes, I'm glad that you mentioned Narad Muni.
Do you like Narad Muni?
Because he's a musician. You know, Prabhupada, I have heard that he would see Narad Muni, um, uh, and and so when you started telling us of the Gandharvas, the heavenly uh, singers, and I remembered Narad Muni. And then you were saying how the salt and that associate, birds of a feather association and the food because of the food. I also remember Narad Muni because he took the remnants from the sages and then he was blessed.
He was
So
blessed.
this
And
is like,
he got the love of Godhead in just 4 months. Because
mm,
from when he was 5 years of age, he lost his mother. Now that
yes,
become another
yeah.
story, a big story, but I'm telling in short. Then later he just devoted himself to Krishna completely, and then
Yes,
he went back.
yes. So then I thought maybe Narad Muni wanted to be present and he wanted to be mentioned because then you told the story of how then he changed the consciousness of that person that apparently then after he was so cruel to animals, then he was hopping on one foot because he didn't want to step on the ants.
Yes. Wow, you know this
Something like
story. Yes.
I
He was
didn't know
so
his
careful.
name.
No, he was so careful that he was not he doesn't wanted to step on ants. He was so careful. So
That's how
see,
much Narad
this
Muni.
was, this was make, I mean, devotion makes our consciousness so elevated, so elevated.
Is this written in the Srimad Bhagavatam or? Where
Yes,
is
the
this?
story is in
Okay.
the Srimad Bhagavatam.
I,
Don't worry,
I have
after
so,
Bhagavad Gita, we will also read Srimad Bhagavatam. You will love it. Very beautiful.
so much to learn.
Yes. Then maybe after Srimad Bhagavatam, we can discuss Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, with this, we will stop here. Thank you so much for your time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.